from our educators. Now for the tombstones. Let's proceed for the next presenter. This time, we'd like to know in unpacking the exit why Filipino nurses are leaving the profession. The next presenter. With the group's advisor, Ms. Jonah Lobo, is all welcome. The fifth presenter.
Good morning, everyone. Really respected panelists, beloved clinical instructors, and fellow students. On behalf of the group, I am grateful to be here today to present our research entitled Unpacking the Exit, Why Filipino Nurses Are Leaving the Profession. Next slide, please. Despite being one of the most respected and in-demand professions, the nursing field faces a reality of persistent shortage of nurses. What's even more alarming is that many who dedicate their lives to this noble calling are now choosing to leave it behind altogether. Today, we aim to unpack the reasons behind this growing phenomenon and delve deeper into the intricate layers of experiences, motivations, and challenges that influence Filipino nurses to leave the profession. By analyzing not just the surface level causes, but also the underlying dynamics, we seek to gain a comprehensive understanding of the factors at play. Next slide, please. To explore this complex issue, it is essential to establish the philosophical lens through which we examine the experiences and decisions. This research adopts a constructivist view, recognizing reality as shaped by change and process. Filipino nurses' decisions to leave the profession are influenced by social interactions, cultural norms, and personal experiences. Thus, the researchers assume that to thoroughly understand the departure of Filipino nurses, a recognition of multiple realities that these nurses have experienced must be emphasized. Aristotle believed that knowledge is gained through perception. Similarly, understanding why Filipino nurses leave the profession is shaped by their individual experiences, cultural backgrounds, and socio-economic factors. Therefore, the researchers believe that they must engage with these participant stories and perceptions to uncover a deeper, context-specific understanding of the phenomenon. Axology centers on the subjectivity of experiences and values, and therefore, the former nursing professionals would have their own perspectives and interpretations of their experience in the healthcare profession and how it led them to leave the profession. Next slide, please. The research aims to discover the subjective meanings and social contexts that influence Filipino nurses' decisions to leave the nursing profession. Using qualitative methodologies, the study acknowledges that the job departure is a complex interplay of emotions, motivations, and social influences unique to each individual situation rather than a simple statistical occurrence. The research assumes that the most effective way to communicate the reasons behind Filipino nurses leaving the profession is through the Cebuano Visayas language, the mother tongue. With language also comes facial expression and body language, which should also be observed during these interviews to the respondents. Next slide, please. For the significance of the study, the research holds great significance for several groups. First, we have healthcare institutions and policymakers. With information gathered from the research, they can make improvements in their institutions to keep nurses in their jobs, create better work environments, and solve problems in the healthcare system. Nurses and healthcare workers can use the findings to empower themselves and advocate for better resources, mental health support, and workload management. Nursing schools and training centers can use the study's findings to better prepare students for the realities of the nursing field. By addressing job gap between public and private hospitals, and as this gap widens, it intensifies the desire for Filipino nurses to seek employment in other professions and industries where financial rewards are more aligned with the challenges they face in their careers. Heavy workloads are another issue faced by many Filipino nurses that make them overburdened with tasks. Excessive workloads and problems on understaffing force nurses to handle a higher patient-to-nurse ratio, leading to physical exhaustion and mental burnout. Nurses encounter many challenges in their poor working conditions, drastically affecting their job gratification and overall well-being. Overcrowding is another issue, which can also be a very cause for insufficient medical supplies and equipment. Workplace mistreatment and harassment are one of the problems in the Philippine nursing profession. Johnson indicated that nursing is one of the professions with the highest rates of workplace bullying, and there is indication that bullying at work has a detrimental impact on patient care and the nurses. Next slide, please. Nurses' benefits are essential for boosting job satisfaction, keeping them in their roles, and maintaining their well-being. However, these benefits tend to be delayed, and according to Silaban and Saya, unsatisfactory compensation can lead to high turnover in tension. As a result of these issues, there is a severe nursing shortage in the nation as a result of these issues, which drive many nurses to quit the field completely and change job fields. For the gaps in the research, there is a limited amount of research and studies that correlate with nurses leaving the profession. This study will bridge the gap of limited local studies pertaining to that shift. Now for our research methodology, this chosen research design is a qualitative phenomenological study, and it will be conducted through semi-structured interviews, which will help the respondents to freely discuss their experiences. The chosen participants are former Filipino nurses living in Cebu. Respondents must be a licensed nurse and should be working in any other profession aside from being a hospital nurse. There will be a total of at least 30 respondents catered in the study, and further respondents will be interviewed until a commonality of responses are observed. The researcher used two types of non-probability sampling techniques. Convenience sampling is used if there are a finite number of former Filipino nurses who exited the nursing profession. Snowball sampling is used to identify other potential respondents who share the same criteria. In this case, Filipino nurses who have left the profession. This research was conducted in Cebu, Philippines. The researchers chose to organize it in an extensive and broad area to maximize the range and variety of respondents. The researchers utilized data collection and employed two research instruments, an interview guide or a questionnaire, and an online interview. Considering the availability of the respondents, the researchers have decided to conduct online interviews to gather data from the respondents. The questionnaires consisted of 3 different sets of questions. The first set asked the respondents' demographic information. The second set provided information about their past nursing experiences. And the third set consisted of reasons for career transition. Next slide, please. For the data gathering phase, the inclusion criteria of Cebuano former nurses was set and determined through convenience sampling and snowball sampling. The interview guide was also made in advance, which consisted of 3 sets of questions. In the data gathering phase, the online interviews will be conducted through online platforms, and with the respondents' consent, the interview will be audio recorded, and throughout this phase, ethical standards will be in place, and the respondents will be ensured that they can back out anytime. As for the post-data gathering phase, Polizzi's method will be used to create a structured and systematic framework for examining the qualitative data collected from participant interviews. This method has 7 steps consisting of familiarization with the data, identification of significant statements, formulation of meaning, clustering themes, integrating themes into exhaustive description, fundamental structure, and ongoing reflection and interpretation. As for the rigors of research, dependability is achieved by abbreviating process and methods used to gain information. Conformability is ensured through regular peer reviewing sessions and collaborative meetings and review of research advisor. Credibility is ensured through the data collecting methods, validated responses, and triangulation of data. And transferability is achieved through thorough documentation of the gathered information. And this marks the end of the presentation of our proposal. Thank you.
Congratulations. Ini po sila nag-group kay Nurses for Nurses. Hindi na for patients, hindi na for the poor, not for nurses. Because who will take care of us nurses if not us, no? congratulations for this exploration. First and foremost, pwede ko mapasukan ang timer. I would like to congratulate not only you, but ang groups. This is my 15th year in sa APU. Kami na ako mga mentors, mga advisors. This is my 15th year. Oh, nagbibigawa nga naman. Hindi ko nanawan si Goddess. 15 years na ako sa APU, and I see how you evolve from, especially the quality. So congratulations to our mentors and advisors. Hindi pa mag-review actually because of the detailed commentary sila mag-mentoring. So congratulations mentors. You are appreciated. Okay. Nurses for nurses. 1. Actually, you are referring to underemployed nurses. Underemployed means they are employed outside the profession of the original profession. So actually, ang ipasabot na is you're exploring, you want to understand why Filipino nurses chose to be underemployed or chose to shift career or work outside the profession. Okay. So, for the things that you can use for the improvement of your paper, on page 8, especially in the 12 on domain inquiry, you are stating your domain inquiry to quantitatively. So you said, explore the key factors, maramdaman na directors of underemployment. So, ang simple. This study aims to understand the experiences of nurses who opted to work outside the profession. Ano siya simple? Ayaw siya i-quantify. Otherwise, pamitaan mo ng money. And then, for page 10 and 11, can you delete the definition of terms? Same happens to the rest of the one. And then your presentation of the chapter 2 is very quantitative itself as well. Mag-focus din mo on factors. One thing I see. So focus on the studies conducted about phenomenon. About the phenomenon. In chapter 3, page 22, can you specify what phenomenology? So, in your item is Husserlian or descriptive. So specify that in the research design. And then in your research in 4 months, can you tell us for how long siya nag-nurse sa una? I mean, for how long na siya pag-shift niya? For example, ako, nag-graduate ko, nag-nursing ko, and then shift ko. Kung saan kita may active ninyo. So, katong nag-nurse daan, kay may banking, kita may active ninyo katong 4 at least 2 years na may banking ka sa underemployed na siya. Ano ba? Laro ko ninyo kung kinsa na underemployed nurse sa kanyang i-appeal. Because hindi pa kayo klaro siya. Kaya ito na mo, licensed nurses who should be working aside from hospitals. Wait, ako, nurse man ko. Hindi mo ko underemployed. Kaya nurse at division na sa ko. So, alam niya kung sa mga nurse. So, ayun lang ang hospital na nilang i-take into consideration. There are other career options na nurse hapon siya, pero wala siya sa hospital. Pwede academician, pwede clinician, pwede researcher, pero nurse hapon siya. Kaya pwede lang po influence sa WHO as nurse researcher. Kasi hindi ba ka underemployed? Diba? So, kindly expand gamay ang inyong inclusion criteria to cater those type of work options in nursing field. And then, improve the inyong 23 specifically on research participants as mentioned ako kanina. And then, ang data saturation, when you na-incorporate, ang sample size, when you na-incorporate, when you stop, and then inclusion and exclusion criteria. And then, use purposive sampling. Okay, naman sila man, yung interview na with a specific purpose. So, dapat klaro yung inclusion criteria. In yung tool, dapat in yung tool description. And then, lastly, very importantly, is your katong actual tool ninyo, page, siya makakita, page 15, 51, 52. An expression, no leading questions. Let it flow. Let it flow kung sa ilang highlights. Kasi siya, pagkitan ako, kung satisfied ba siya, kung sa biggest hurdles, kaya just tell me about your experiences as nurses who is working not in the nursing field, period. Grow from there. Thank you so much and congratulations.
Sige, so hello to the team, no? So congratulations. Actually, na wonder lang ko kay as a student mo, why na-choose na money at topic? Nagkaroon na mobility sa money.
Alright.
Why the interest?
Okay, good morning, Doc. We just wanted to have an evidence-based recommendation for nurses for improving nurse retention and also to enrich the knowledge in nursing more attractive rather than thinking for another option. So we actually wanted also that this can be an advocate for policies addressing burnout or increasing leadership roles for nurses. So that's why we have this standard law.
So I have suggestions na lang from your inputs, no? Kay, I also made this kind of study na from sa CNU po na working na sila in shift. So they proceed. So on your end, suggestion to enrich your paper for the rationale and background, kindly include the statistics. So in our nursing profession, we have the statistics as of 2023 by the Department of Health. Pila ang total nursing workforce, pila ang naasa profession na nag-work, pila po ang naasa non-nursing na career, naana na siya. And then, for the non-nursing career by the part, the local setting, na-establish na po sa Philippines because the Philippines now under the Universal Health Care, natagitawag na Health Human Resource na data banking. So, na-map out na po na siya na-compare as of 2023 asa ng mga non-career paths. So, i-include po ninyo siya. And then, on the side of significance, suggestion is that you separate the healthcare institutions and policymakers because your healthcare institutions, that will be the hospital administrators. What will be the significance of your study to them? Nagilid mo lead sa profession ang nilang nursing. Or even mga administrators per se and their organization. And the policymakers, that will be the Department of Health. So, kung sa pala significance nila. Kindly add also that you are into nursing module, significance of this to the Board of Nursing. When it comes to inyo na siyang i-relate sa inyong educational institution na significance. Okay. The moment you become board pastor man, no? So, ang directive sa atong practice na ka-anchor sa Board of Nursing sa PRC. And kindly include also the significance of this to our accredited professional organization, the PNA, who will lobby for the welfare of the nurses so that they will not leave the profession. And then, ang kanyang technical error of learning, nanamoy past tense na the research was conducted. I-check na lang ito na ng balikan. So that will be all. Congratulations.
Just one question, because everything said. How do you see your findings, or how does it contribute your findings to the field?
We see this as to address the challenges that drive nurses away while fostering a supportive environment. That we need to have that say the benefit of the healthcare system as well for the patients and the society at large. So the retention of the nurses, that's what we want to do to start.
Additional inputs na natin, maybe you'd like to consider, right? Naman mo sa nursing students na katong how the nursing profession can be more interesting sa inyong end, dahil wala na college pa under sa chats, yung curriculum, sa inyong mga experience, and be mindful that the moment you graduate and become a nurse, natin different na fields. We have the nursing practice na sa hospital, we have the nursing educators, we also have the nursing entrepreneurs, and even napagalit tayo mga nursing na mga informatics na yun. So So, learn to distinguish asa ang nursing career path o non-nursing career path para mas nindot ang inyong study. Kung walay data contamination, ganun. Thank you.
Alright, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Very good study.
Thank you very much for our fifth presenter. We go now to the next, moving forward. This time we'll hear the presenter on Filipino fathers' experiences during pregnancy and labor, a paternal perspective. The group